Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this 1045th radio show.
Wow.
Since August of 2001. And what a party we had last week, celebrating 20 years on the air as part of the – we've gone through so many different the Mighty 790, Sports 790, and CBS
right.
790, ESPN.
And now it's in Brownsville, Jackson, Memphis here on 92.9 FM.
Yeah, and so we wanted to talk to a longtime friend. We won't say, but when we started this thing, one of the first people I talked to was Bill Dance, just to get some help on trying to do this. I didn't know if we could do it or not, pull it off. And he was very encouraging to me.
He's always good help.
Yeah, he said, I would try it for 3 weeks and then quit. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And we're really happy to have Bill on with us this morning. He's a busy man right now. He has now become the Ric Flair of catfishing.
I have to tell you, I am so impressed with what he does, and he's doing it in this heat and everything else, but he's catching some big old catfish.
Well, I think his partners have these big fans in front of him.
Somebody's got to do it.
Hey, Bill Dance, good morning, Bill.
Hey, Larry, how you boys doing?
I
got Mean Gene. And,
no, I just got Ron Wong. He's the only one that don't.
Okay, I hear Ronnie, and I was going to bring Ronnie in there. I didn't know if Mean Gene was with y'all today or not.
No,
I'm sorry I missed the anniversary show last week.
Well,
I really wanted to be there, but congratulations.
Well, I appreciate Pamela setting this thing up because you are a busy man. First of all, let's talk about this love of catfishing, Bill. I know it's been something that you have really promoted. It's going big time, and I can remember when you didn't hear anything about the catfishing and things along that line. That you've come along, and you're really enjoying this. I can tell. At last weekend, folks, listen to this at Ripley, out of Ripley, up there at Ripley, Tennessee, at the Carl Perkins Charity Catfishing Tournament that Bill and his partners, George Young Jr. and Roy Harkness, they won the thing. 3 blue catfish weighing 107 pounds, and Roy caught the little fish at 63. So
no, Roy pulled us through. He really did.
Well, talk about this catfish deal with you, Bill. I mean, I know you do. Saltwaters, your TV show is so been around forever, but now all of a sudden you've evolved into your love of catfishing. Tell our listeners how that all came about.
Well, the popularity of catfishing has really grown, especially here in the Mid-South.
Yes.
We're fortunate that we live between two major rivers, the Tennessee and the Mississippi.
Yes.
And they're fabulous catfish fisheries. I want to say 15 years ago, James Patterson and I was fishing with James on the Mississippi.
Big cat.
And Big Cat Patterson. And we were going down the river one day, and I noticed the commercial fishermen were fishing off of, I think it was Loosahatchee Bar. And I was noticing they were throwing these big 20 and 30 pound, 40 pound cats in the boat. And I said, what's up with that? And he said, well, they're commercial fishermen. And I said, well, what's the limit? And he said, there's no limit.
Yes. Yeah.
And I said, you mean to tell me they can keep as many of these big fish as they want?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, there's no limit. And I said,
well, that's...
I said, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me there's no limit on, they can keep 100 of those if they want to? And he said, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
And I said, well, we have limits on bass. We have limits on deer. We have limits. I could bring a shrimp trawler from the Gulf of Mexico up this river.
And wipe it out.
Catch 2,000 or 3,000 pounds of catfish.
Yeah.
And haul them back to New Orleans. and that'd be legal? And
yeah.
he said, evidently, yes. And I said, what in the world are you going to do with that many catfish? Well, at that time, we didn't really realize what was going on, but we know for a positive fact, 100,000%. We've got documented proof of it. We know for a fact where a lot of these big catfish were going. The market was for 1 to 7 pound fish. The fish markets weren't buying the big fish.
That's right.
A lot of these big fish were going to the Pay Lakes in Ohio and Indiana.
That's right.
And
wow.
So anyway, I got to thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, it really bugged me.
Yes.
And I called one of our wildlife commissioners, and I said,
Bill Cox? Did you call Bill Cox?
Yeah, Bill Cox at the time.
Yes.
And I said, I want you to go down on the river with me one day. And he said, okay. So we took him down on the river, and he saw what was going on. And I said, what can we do about that? And he said, I don't think we can do anything about it. And I said, well, certainly we can do something about it. There ought to be a law on that.
Yeah.
And anyway, as time passed, the state of Tennessee started a 34-inch size limit.
That's it, yeah.
And other states followed suit.
Yes.
The fishermen liked it.
Yes.
And today, the numbers of 20, 30, and 40-pound catfish flourish in our river systems and across the state of Tennessee.
Yes, thanks.
Many of surprisingly, a lot of the commercial fishermen like it.
Yeah, they what can they do with those 50-pound catfish, or they are 25-pound? Nothing.
But it's surprising to me that we were in tournaments in Missouri out of Cape Girardeau 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they are even abiding by the 34-inch size limit.
All right.
And the fishermen like it. So
yes. Yeah.
It's a good thing. We look now at the American Catfish Association. It's an organization that started now.
Uh-huh.
And they're starting to they've got a membership rolling now, and they're starting to do a lot of research with the catfish. In their research, they show there's 8.5 million catfish running across the country.
Eight and a half million.
So the popularity of catfish is really, really big. Do they all tournament fish or big trophy catfish? No. But there's lots and lots of them, like my grandchildren, that fish ponds and creeks and small waterways. So it's a big industry in our industry, the sporting good industry, the terminal tackle sales, push button sales, and beefy type rods and reels. The market is really grown.
It's booming.
It really is.
And a lot of these we may think. I can know from the fishing rodeo days, Bill, and you were always there, and I still miss them to this day. That a lot of times a catfish is the first fish. I can remember a lot of those kids. I've never caught a fish before, and they're running with a pound catfish, And so we don't necessarily say that the pro fishermen, maybe they're not their first fish, but a catfish is a lot of times the first fish a kid might catch. And I think you've taken it to you guys, and not just you and Roy and George and the other ones that have come before you. And Bill Cox fighting that thing, that we've turned it into something that is spectacular, in that we can have these tournaments and raise money. And I think this is 11 years. I looked it up, that they've been raising money for this Carl Perkins Center for the Treatment of Child Abuse. I don't know how much money you guys have raised in that time frame, but at the same time, I know you get a big kick out of it. And so, what do you think? Is there a world record? If you had to pick it, where is that world record going? Is it going to come out of the Mississippi, like everybody thinks? Is it going to come out of the Tennessee? Is it going to come out of the Ohio? Where do you think?
Well, we don't. Back in the 1800s.
I wasn't around, Bill.
Records.
I wasn't around, Bill. Okay, I know you think
I
was.
wasn't either, but the records show that the Mississippi River had catfish in the Mississippi back in the 1800s that were 6 feet long.
Wow!
That weighed in excess of 100 pounds, 150, 160, 170,
Wow.
175 pounds.
Yes.
But commercial fishermen destroyed that gene pool.
Yeah.
We don't have those big fish that we once had.
No.
There are numbers of 100-pounders that are being caught now. They've rebounded quite a bit, and they've come back. I don't know where the fish. I think that there's no question there's 100-pound fish in the Mississippi. There's 100-pound fish in Guntersville.
Yes.
Wheeler.
Yeah.
And in Pickwick.
Well,
there's been fish. Go ahead.
I've heard that divers have actually been in Pickwick below the dam and seen these fish that are 6 feet long. I mean, have come down there.
I've heard stories about
whether
that.
that's true or not. I don't know. That might have been
I don't know.
They might have been I don't know, seeing things, but
Well, you're right on target about the gene pool.
Yeah.
And that's so unfortunate. However, because of the way that the resources are being managed now, with these big fish that are being caught, the 80, 90, 100-pound fish being released, all that can do is help.
Yes.
With a good set of genes.
Well, can you hang on, Bill? Can we take a break? Can you hang on with us just a few more minutes?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I'll be right here.
Okay. All right. Let's take a break on the Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back and talk some more with Bill Dance. We'll be right back.